Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving into, well, what's probably one of the most universal headaches in modern parenting. We're going to look at a really fascinating case study that honestly might change how you think about children's screen time. If you've ever felt like you're literally competing with an iPad for a kid's attention, you are in the right place. Let's just jump right in.
Seriously, have you noticed how incredibly tough it's gotten to pull a kid away from a screen? I mean, whether it's a smartphone, a tablet, or the TV, this is the modern parent's biggest daily battle, right? You ask them to put the device down and, well, we all know exactly how that plays out. Just 5 more minutes, or, just one more episode, please. It's like suddenly this perfectly calm kid transforms into a tiny, highly motivated lawyer negotiating for absolutely every extra second. And look, technology is great, but that fear of screen addiction, it's very real. But how do we actually stop it without turning the living room into a total battleground?
Section 1. The Technological Paradox. Japan's Approach.
Okay, so to figure this out, we're using Japan as our ultimate case study. Because think about it. On one hand, Japan is arguably one of the most tech-advanced countries on Earth. Kids there grow up totally surrounded by screens. But here's the wild part. They somehow maintain these incredibly low-conflict, healthy screen habits. And the secret sauce? It's not stricter punishments. It's not confiscating phones or forcing kids off the grid.
It really comes down to this massive paradigm shift. The problem isn't the screen itself. It's what the screen replaces. Just imagine a kid who spends hours outside playing with friends, building stuff, running around. Now compare that to a kid with zero outdoor activities, no real chores, and no independence. The kid with fewer real-world options is naturally going to depend way more on a screen just to feel stimulated. Honestly, it makes total sense when you look at it like that.
Section 2. Expanding real life. Now, the typical Western default is to totally obsess over limiting screen time, setting timers, locking apps, the whole shebang. But the Japanese alternative completely flips the script. Instead of subtracting screens, they add meaningful activity. We're talking about real daily responsibilities, things like helping prep meals, cleaning up shared spaces, organizing their own school supplies, running little errands, or just taking care of their stuff. And I know that might sound completely unrelated to screen time, but they are deeply connected because taking part in real life directly competes with passive consumption. When kids are actively participating in the household, they literally just have less time and honestly less desire to zone out in front of a screen. And there's actual psychological science backing this up. It's all about intrinsic motivation. That's the desire to do things because they actually feel meaningful to you, rather than just doing it for an external reward, like, say, a video game level up or a bunch of likes on a post. When kids feel genuinely useful and capable in their own homes, they kind of naturally stop desperately looking for that endless digital entertainment to fill the void.
Section 3. Routines over restrictions.
So this brings up a huge psychological difference between making rules and creating actual habits. It's the difference between restrictions, you can't do this, and routines, this is what we do. Think about it. A restriction is basically a wall, and kids inherently want to climb over walls, right? But a routine, that's just a predictable expectation. The decision is already made for them. And because of that, it totally eliminates those emotional battles and all that tiny lawyer negotiating we talked about earlier. Let's actually map this out with a pretty standard Japanese family evening routine. Okay, first up, homework. Then, eating dinner together as a family. After that, it's bath time, some relaxing family time, and then finally, entertainment. Do you see where the screens are in that lineup? They're just one small, entirely predictable part of the evening tucked away at the very end. They're just an option, not the absolute center of the kid's universe. And outside the house, we see those deep emotional needs being met by the community. Kids crave connection, achievement, belonging, adventure. In Japan, children often get these needs met through school clubs, local neighborhood events, and shared group responsibilities. Here's the key. When a kid finds real adventure and a true sense of belonging with their peers in real life, they really don't need to hunt for a simulated version of it on a device.
Section 4. The Superpower of Attention. Now, I want to clear something up real quick, because this approach is absolutely not anti-technology. Japan loves tech. It all just boils down to one core philosophy. Technology serves life. Life doesn't serve technology. It's all about balance. See, tech dependence really takes root when screens become the default cure-all for every single moment of boredom, frustration, loneliness, or just slight discomfort. Kids actually have to learn how to exist and navigate those messy feelings without a screen instantly swooping in to rescue them.
Because when you let kids tolerate just a little bit of boredom and force them to engage with the real world, some pretty incredible skills start to develop. We're talking patience, routine, responsibility, participation, and delayed gratification. I mean, every app and notification out there is aggressively fighting for our focus right now. By building up these offline skills, we're unintentionally training their attention spans. And attention is without a doubt the modern world's absolute greatest superpower.
So, if you take nothing else away from this, remember this crucial point. Build a life that is bigger than the screen. Kids don't suddenly stop loving screens just because an adult says no. They stop depending on them when their actual physical world is engaging and, well, worth participating in. Once they have real confidence, genuine friendships, and interesting real-world challenges to tackle, that digital escape just naturally loses its grip.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a provocative question to chew on. Take a look around your own home today. Are you spending all your time and energy just trying to lock away the screens? Or are you actively building a physical world that your kids actually want to be a part of? Because remember, the end goal here isn't raising kids who somehow completely avoid technology. That's impossible. The goal is raising kids who know exactly how to use and control their tech instead of letting the tech control them. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep building that life beyond the screen.